Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel and happy Halloween! In the last couple of weeks, ever since the start of October, I've been talking about doing a Halloween night readathon where I pick up a horror book on Halloween night and read all through the night surrounded by darkness using only a small reading light to light up the book in front of me and let the creepiness of Halloween night enhance my reading experience. So I'm going to be doing that tonight, and I'm going to be vlogging my experience and my thoughts and the process, all of it as I go along to share with all of you. But I also wanted to just kind of do a Halloween day vlog style thing to help celebrate Halloween a little bit more. I don't really have any plans. I did have plans Halloween night and those kind of fell through, and then now I'm doing the Halloween night readathon, so those are my plans. Anyway, I'm dressed up right now because I am about to go to Chipotle, because on Halloween, if you go in costume to Chipotle, then you get like a burrito or bowl or whatever for $4, which is so awesome, and I love Chipotle, so I'm gonna go do that. So fun story time. I just got my Chipotle, and the two guys in front of me were like looking around and like making fun of the people that were wearing costumes, and then they checked out and their burritos were like, what, like $10, something like that. I checked out, $4.33, and I'm like, it's time! It is time for the Halloween night readathon. I have my book ready. Again, I am reading Blooding by Charlotte Zang, and then I also have my reading light that I'm going to be using for lighting up the book in front of me. And let's go ahead and turn off the lights and be in total darkness. Alright, update time. I don't know how well you can see me right now, but I still just have my reading light on. It is just past midnight. I haven't really got into a really creepy part in the storyline quite yet. It did start off really creepy, but right now we're still kind of in like a developmental stage of the storyline, so it hasn't really gotten creepy quite yet, but I am noticing that when I'm focusing solely on reading the book, the back of my mind is picking up on sounds coming from like outside a lot easier than I normally would if I was just like laying here about to fall asleep. And I just noticed like a couple of minutes ago that I heard, because I live with my dad and he is in like the room next to me or whatever, but next to this wall is like his closet, and then next to his closet is his room. He snores, and I'm never able to hear him snoring, but I just like suddenly noticed like a little like it was very, very subtle, and at first I was like, what the heck is that? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's him snoring. Alright, so this might sound bad, but I just got to like page 50 or so, and I just now noticed that it's multiple point of views. I was like so confused this whole like first like 50 pages. I was like, wait, we covered this already, like why are we going back? And then I was like, oh my gosh, it's a different person. Alright, so I'm about a third of the way through the book, and it's definitely getting very weird and creepy and chilling and mysterious. It's mainly just like this mysterious thing going on that I just have no idea what to make of it yet. There was a prologue where it very clearly stated like kind of what's probably going to happen in the horror aspect of this book, and so far I'm not seeing the connection, and that's what's really like tripping me up. It's not that it's like badly written or anything like that. Like I think it's really well written. I just can't figure out this mystery quite yet, and it's just really, really weird and creepy and chilling. In other news, it is almost 3 a.m. and I can't tell if it's just that my eyes are starting to get tired or if my battery is running low on my reading lamp, because I feel like my
that the page is like getting like less crisp. Maybe I may have to take off my contacts because it could be my contacts that I've been wearing them all day. But I know if I take off my contacts, then I'd have to wear my glasses, and my glasses are a really old prescription that do not work very well anymore, so I feel like it's a lesser of evils to just keep on my dry contacts. Anyway, yeah, almost 3 a.m., still doing good. I'm not like super sleepy. That's why I said like I think maybe it's just that my eyes are getting really tired. But still going strong. And let's see what this mystery turns into. So I became so entranced in what I was reading, like this mystery that's going on and this weird, strange things that are happening. I just became so entranced in the story that I didn't realize what time it was, and it's already 6:15. Oh my gosh. I've been reading like 8 hours straight. And this is actually a pretty like hefty book. I should have like started reading it before Halloween night, because I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through this whole book. I'm on page 200 and there's 350 pages. So I think what I'm probably gonna have to end up doing, because I'm getting very exhausted and sunrise is gonna be semi-soon here too. I think I'm just gonna go ahead and just keep reading until sunrise. Alright, so it is almost 7 o'clock, and the most bookish late night reading thing that could possibly happen just happened, and I was reading and dozed off and dropped the book on my face. So, needless to say, I think I'm going to have to call it a night for this Halloween night readathon. I definitely had a lot of fun. I have a lot of thoughts that I want to share with y'all to wrap up this Halloween night readathon a little bit later, but I want to be able to collect my thoughts when I have my mind a little bit more sharp, so I'm gonna get some sleep. So I will talk to you guys later. Night or good morning.
And we're back. Now that the Halloween night readathon is officially over, I just wanted to share my thoughts of my experience with y'all. As you know, I was reading Blooding by Charlotte Zang. I didn't get to finish the entire book throughout the Halloween night readathon. I got about a little past halfway. I kind of wish that I had started the book before Halloween night so that I could get to the climactic parts or right towards the end of the nighttime reading period. So I really wish I had done that. Maybe for next year, I'll gonna try to do that, or maybe just read like a shorter novella. Now, I discussed it earlier in the vlogs that I didn't really realize until like 50 pages in that it was written in multiple point of view. So there's Jules slash Julia doing one of the point of views, and then another point of view is of her friend Noelle. Their names are clearly marked underneath the chapter headers, but I honestly just wasn't really paying a whole lot of attention to the chapter headers when I first started reading it. So I didn't notice that until like 50 pages in, and then I was like, oh my gosh, it makes so much more sense, because I was getting really confused about how we were repeating things in different scenes and like changing things around, and I was getting really confused. But after I discovered that, I was like, oh my gosh, that's so cool. All right, now I get it. Anyway, so like I said, I didn't get to the climactic, really scary parts until the very end, which was after the Halloween night readathon. So I didn't get to really experience that full on, but I will say that when I was doing the Halloween night readathon, I was reading in, total darkness, just using my reading lamp. And I noticed that it was more so that I was getting entranced in the story, When I first had the idea of this, I thought that by doing this reading during the night that I would be able to read the horror book and pick up on like little sounds and really like enhance my reading experience and just make it a lot more creepy and a lot more horrific. But that ended up not really happening. Instead, what happened is that the darkness really just faded away all of the background sights and the background noise that would have been distracting me on a normal basis when I'm reading. And so what that did is it just made me very more immersed in the storyline itself. So at a certain point when the storyline was really starting to pick up, I realized that the time was just flying by. It went from like 3 a.m. I think to like 6 a.m. and 3 hours passed like no big deal, and I was just like, whoa, oh my gosh. And it was because the darkness really just immersed me into the storyline. So although the storyline itself wasn't going very horrifically at the time, I was being very immersed into the storyline itself, just based on the fact that there was no distractions around me, no visual distractions. And even like noises that would pop up in the back of my mind, it wasn't really creepy. It was more of just like in the back of my mind. Like I didn't really realize that those noises were happening so much because I was so fully immersed in the story. So now, as far as the storyline goes, it was definitely very interesting. I didn't really see where the mystery of it was going, and it's not in the bad way. It's not like when I was reading Wendy's Button Box, and I reviewed that recently, and how I shared that it just wasn't really going anywhere, and I didn't really see where it was going. I didn't see where it was going with this either, but it wasn't in that way. It was in the good way. It was in the way that the mystery was unfolding, and I honestly just couldn't figure out this mystery. This mystery entangled elements of urban legends and witchcraft and the occult and just internal anguish of what is happening to me and what is happening around me, and all these crazy different circumstances that are just driving these characters forward, and they have no idea what's going on. They don't really have a full grasp of what's happening, and as they're unraveling the mystery themselves, you're immersed into that storyline too, and you're unraveling that mystery with them. Now, I would have liked that the storyline would have picked up a little bit sooner. It seemed like it was very much developing the storyline throughout the whole book, and then at the very end it all just kind of came together. I would have liked that there would have been a little bit more action, a little bit more horror scenes spread throughout the book, rather than just like at the beginning and at the end. There was a few like little creepy, chilling moments here and there, but not so much that I was expecting. The ending was super creepy and very chilling. It definitely threw me for a loop, and all of the mysteries just kind of converged into one, and I understood what was happening throughout the rest of the book. And that was really cool, is that this whole mystery was unraveling, and like I said, I just couldn't figure it out as it was going along. And then the end hits, and it just all hits you, and you go, oh my gosh, that's what this was, and that's what this was, and that's what this was. All of the little elements that played out throughout the storyline just all fit together perfectly and made you realize, oh my gosh, this is what's happening. This is what's been happening. It's so crazy. So, like I said, I would have liked that the story had been a little bit more fast-paced. I wish that there was more action and horror elements spread throughout the book, because it was kind of slow throughout that whole period when I was doing the Halloween Night Readathon. So when it first started out, it started out so strong when I did the Halloween Night Readathon, and it was so scary and creepy, and then it went into the characters and went into their storyline and went into what was going on in their lives. And it didn't really move as quickly as I thought it would. It moved rather slow, and I wish that it had picked up faster, or more crazy events had happened spread throughout, and put more emphasis on those events than what they did. So in the end, I did decide to give Blooding by Charlotte Zang 4 stars. It was like a really great mystery. I just really wish that it had a little bit more action and horror spread throughout the storyline versus just at the beginning and at the end. I really think that this could have been such an amazing, epic, mysterious read if there was just more elements in that middle part of the storyline. I do talk more about my reasons for liking this and not liking this and why exactly I gave it 4 stars, and I'll leave my full review in the description below. It's posted on my blog so you can see that and read it there. I just wanted this video specifically to be mainly about the Halloween Night Readathon and my experience with that. It was so much fun. It was definitely a very interesting experience, and I thank you all for watching and thank you for participating. I heard a lot of great stories from you guys about how you were doing the Halloween Night Readathon and certain things you picked up on. One of my friends actually read, I don't remember what it was called. I think it was called Sour Candy or something like that. It was a short horror novella, and she was reading it on Halloween night, and she talked about how it made her like kind of rethink and made her kind of creeped out about the whole trick-or-treating and giving candy out to children. And I thought that that was so perfect for Halloween night because she was just doing that a little earlier, and then she read it and then just gave her the creeps. If you would like to read Blooding by Charlotte Zang, I'll leave a link in the description below where you can purchase it on Amazon. I am an affiliate for Amazon Books, so if you do decide to buy it, I would really appreciate it if you use my links, so then I can get a small commission off of the sale at no additional cost to you, and that will help fund me and keep making cool, fun, bookish videos like this. Thank y'all so much for watching again and following along with me as I did my Instagram live stories throughout the Halloween Night Readathon. I had so much fun and I hope you guys did too. Be sure to follow me on Instagram again for more on my TBR list, my own writing, and see some cool aesthetically pleasing Bookstagram photos. Then go friend me on Goodreads so we can connect more on our mutual love of books. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!